Hi, Linda here. So this is part two of hardship. I wanted to do this video because that's came to my mind about doing it, and so I am doing it. So okay, so we all face hardships. And if you watched the last video, why Hardships Happen, I think it's called. Well, and at the end it said, I said, there's castles made of sand inside us, which is our sin, our worldly selves before we start a relationship with Jesus. And so then we start a relationship with Jesus, and then he starts to destroy the sand castle inside us, and that's our struggle. We struggle and stuff, as we feel pain, and it's hard, but then after during the struggle, that's when he starts to build a stronger castle inside us. And so what struggles, what challenges, what hardships do we face? Why do we have these hardships? Everybody is made differently. We all have a different soul, and our reason, we're all made for a reason, to serve God in a different way, because we all are different and have something different to offer, or we all have different purposes. Some people are made to be in a ministry, or some people are made to just have a family, or some people are made to live a quiet life, just have a family, and that's it. That's all they're made for. There's different so we all have different purposes and stuff. My purpose is different than your purpose, and so my hardships, my life, was made differently than yours was made, our life has different outlines. How we have hardships, let's see, okay, so we all go through relationships, dating, and your relationship with so and so is different than my relationship with so and so. We learn different things because we are different people. We grow in different ways. So that's just life. I was made for this reason, so I face these struggles to get to my purpose, my end purpose, and so same for you. We all struggle differently in our spirit. Some people, I have to do videos on these about spirits and stuff, about pride, and what pride leads to certain behaviors and personalities, or just different things like that. Some people because they lost like a parent when they were a kid, like that created some like spirits, like some like mentality, which led to them wanting to do things for that reason, or say it's racism they experience, well, so then that creates anger in them, like, in despising people of like this race that is against them, and then that creates anger and things, and it's like, well, and then that leads to bitterness, and then they just, they don't have God or Jesus because they don't believe in that, but then it's like, well, if you do, then it's like there's a reason you experience this. When I was growing up, when I okay, my my life was great. Like my there was dad and mom, they were together, and so, but things were great, and then like they divorced, and then like just things fell apart, and well, I was rejected by my stepmother and my dad, and so that led me to well, things happened, like where I had a neighbor, she introduced me to accepting Jesus, and then I ended up doing that later, and then, well, so then from that point, that's when God started to raise me and train me and teach me and have me lean on Him, and I've done that ever since. And well, the things that I faced from like age 10 to, well, I've been rejected, I've been bullied, I've been accused of things I didn't do, I've been abused in every way, and it was just, it was difficult. So, but like, I knew at the time, like, I'm experiencing this so I can understand other people. Because when I was 7, I wanted to help suffering people. But at that time, I didn't know what it meant to, like, I didn't understand other people. Because it's like, my life was great, I had lots of friends, my parents were together, just I was happy, that was like up until like age 9, 10, well, 9. And so I knew inside me, this is why it's happening. So I can understand people who are in pain. So I can understand pain. So I can understand other people. So I can help people. So it was like people would kill themselves, like commit suicide over the things that I faced and stuff. And I have tried, but God prevented those things, like prevented me from dying. So here I am. But so anyways, and then I didn't know why all those things were happening besides that reason, why were people rejecting me? Why do people hate me? Why do people not like me anymore? They used to. Why don't I fit in? What am I doing wrong? What's wrong with me? Like I had all these thoughts, like in my teen years and in my 20s, because God speaks through His children, people who follow Him and have a relationship with Him. He speaks through them. Well, at this church that I went to, like temporary, the pastor said, it was like we were in a small group. There was like 3 other pastors in my group, because it was that day we had like a joining of churches. There wasn't a lot of people that day, but like a lot of like audience people. But there's like, a pastor from like 3 different churches. So, and like some missionaries were there too. But in my group, there was 3 pastors, and they were all closing their eyes, and something about like seeing visions or something, like it was an activity thing. I didn't understand it at the time. I was 19. But then one of the pastors said, wait, no, it wasn't then. No, that was a different one. No, okay. So it was when I was 26, I think. It was 2019. This one church I went to in New York. I was there temporary. And I went to this one church for like a short, like maybe 3 weeks. And he said, the reason why everyone rejected you is because God didn't want you to be like the rest. So that was my answer. Like, why does everyone reject me? Well, God doesn't want me to be like anyone. And like, that was just very clear to me. Like, that's the answer that I wanted to hear. He said that in the service. He said, like, this is to someone who's here. And then he said that. So, because I talked to him beforehand in that service day. And so that's what happened. And so, but that made sense to me, because if I wasn't rejected by people, like everyone, like I was always alone, I was always by myself, I was always just, it was the world of people, and then there was me. But that, like, God has a reason that, like, you lost your friend. He wanted you to experience grief. I mean, Satan makes these things happen because he wants to hurt us, so that we blame God for, it happening. But then God uses it as, this is experience for you. To, like, I think that these things happen so that we can understand other people, so that we can help them. Because if we don't experience anything, then it's like we can't understand anyone, which is what, like, the people that don't experience anything in life or any hardships in life, they don't know anything, I'm sure that maybe you've met some before that don't know anything because they haven't experienced hardships of any kind, or very little. But anyways, so the hardships that you face, like being rejected, God didn't want you to be like that person, because like people get influenced by other people, and sometimes people aren't good, so God doesn't want you to be friends with that person or have that person in your life, so maybe that's why they rejected you. Or this is, you lost a parent, I think that God lets these things happen to, like, make us stronger, but also to understand other people. I don't know, there's like multiple reasons why, I feel like I'm just rambling in this video. But like, the hardships that you face are different than mine, because your purpose is different than mine. If you have like a walk with Jesus, then like, if you're walking into his direction, not like into a different direction, not like if you're walking on the broad road, then it's like you're gonna go nowhere. But if you're walking on the Jesus road, then you're gonna go somewhere. You're gonna go to, your purpose. He's gonna lead you there. When people go on the broad road, going nowhere. They don't know where they're going. They're just doing anything that they want to do at that moment, you know. But if you go with Jesus, like on the Jesus road, then, you know, you're gonna have a destination, and that destination is your purpose, and God will lead you there. And like every struggle that you face is to help you become ready for your purpose, you know, whatever that purpose is, you know, whether it's big or small, you know. That's what, you know, that means, you know. So that's the struggles that you face, you know. It's to lead you to your purpose, your final destination is your purpose, and that's when your life will begin. God's been training me and preparing me for my purpose since I was, it started before I even accepted Him, but because it started when I was 6. I was in a car accident and I had a head injury. I probably said this in the first video, my channel intentions, but that's when my parents rejected me, and so then that's when I started to try and prove myself. And that, it just, I don't know, that's when it started. Like, that's when, I don't know, but, yeah, anyways, I want to do this video. It's probably very scattered and not very good, but every struggle that you face, like if you're on the Jesus road, every struggle that you face will lead you to your purpose. But, for those people that don't have Jesus in their life, then they're not on the Jesus road, they're on the broad road, which leads to nowhere. So it's important to always stay on the Jesus road, so then you don't get lost and you don't feel like, where's my life going? I don't know, It's like Jesus gives your life direction, because we are all made for a reason. We're all made for a purpose. We are all designed with a certain purpose in mind. A lot of people are like, I don't know where I'm going in life. I don't know what I want, whatever, But then it's like, God puts things in your heart for you to want something. And then that desire that you have, it will lead you to try to go somewhere, And there's a reason that you have that desire in your heart, because God put it there. And He wants you to come to Him so that He can show you why He put it there. And then He'll use that, and, I think, I don't know. I don't know, like, the multiple reasons people, purposes people have. I just know mine. And I know that when I heard someone, like, from someone else's testimony, they just said, like, it kind of showed that their purpose was just to have a family and to, take care of the family and be there for that, like, family. So I think that's, like, one other purpose that, God gives people. I don't know, like, everything, like, all the other purposes that God gives for other people. I just know mine, and that's to lead people to Jesus, and to heal people who are in pain. That part, it's like a different side of myself, so, so that is good to know. So, just understand that everything that happens to you is happening to lead you to your purpose, to lead you to to mold you, to sculpt you, to redesign you, to fit your purpose, because we're not ready for our purpose. So that's why we have to go through things to become ready for our purpose. And our purpose is, well, I don't know, God gives many reasons, many purposes. But like in the Bible it says, not everybody was made to be a preacher, because preachers get judged more harshly or more strictly. And so, like, not everybody, I guess, is meant to preach or teach or, whatever. So I guess, there is like different things and stuff. Like, some people aren't strong enough to be a teacher. Some are strong enough to, be this or that or whatever, Like for me, I don't have any understanding. I mean, I understand the idea of it, but I'm not equipped to like be the person that has a family, I'm not equipped for that. I was not trained for that. I was not raised to do that. I was, I was trained to be a leader and helper of helping other people. So like we are different. Me and that person that is, capable of having that family thing, But yeah, so just know these things and just, don't be like, why is this happening? Why, why? It's like, well, God's trying to help you be ready, so don't be afraid of it, Anyways, I hope that this video is better than I think it is. So anyways, thank you for watching. My name is Melinda. Don't be afraid to talk to me. If you need any help or anybody to care or anything like that, I'll be here for you. I'll listen and, yeah, I'll be your friend.